Alright, we're back. Interruptions. Okay, so you want to make sure the cam turns freely. Sometimes the cams, it's down in here, have high spots with a washer and they bind up when you put them in. So you want to make sure everything's nice and free. No binding, so it spins nice and free. The other thing you want to make sure is the lobe right there does not contact the case as you rotate it around. See how there's a gap in there? When you're on a big high lift cam, a lot of times they hit right there. So you have to go in and cut that away. This one here obviously has a lot of clearance, so it's not an issue. So it's either a stock cam or they cut the case out. When they made the case, they made it bigger in stock. So probably a stock type cam, I'm guessing, but I don't know. So yeah, that all works pretty good, so that's a plus. So this part looks nice, we're good with this part. Now we work on the cam cover side of the problem. So we'll pull that back out. Still don't know what happened to the thrust washer. I'll have to figure out that one later. Yeah, 55 thou. That's why I got thrust washers. Okay, so this here looks good. Put it over here out of our way. Okay. So now we have our cam cover over here. So this is going to require more beating. These have to be beat in. Or you got to press them in with an uneven surface. Usually I try to press them in. You got to put like a towel under it to make it kind of even. It's kind of trick. Make it work. Sometimes you just beat them with a hammer, depending on how tight they are. Okay, so this one here, we got to look what we got to work with here. First thing you do is go in here and clean the stuff out here, make sure it's clean. Alright, look pretty clean. Now these have holes in them. You got an oil hole on top, and this one has an oil hole on the side over here. And then what the hell they got going on here? Oh, that's where the dowel hole was. See, it's already been doweled once, can't use that. Same on this one, can't use that one. You're never going to match up exactly that dowel. So don't even bother. This here is a hole to drain the oil out in case it gets oil behind the shaft. It's made to blow out. So, because if you put oil pressure in the crank, it shoves the crank to the left and burns up the thrust washers. Same thing a belt drive does when you put a belt drive on a bike. It thrusts the crank and burns up the thrust washers. Not good. Okay. Put that in there. Get it out of the way. Okay, so we have our two bushings. So this bushing has a slot in it. So that slot has to line up with this hole right here. So when you put it in there, you got to line up with the hole. So you either got to eyeball it where you can see it, or you got to mark it so you know. Usually the hole's in the center of this mass, so as long as you're close to that mass, you're probably accurate. But if you need a mark the damn thing. That's up to you. So if you're going to mark them, mark them. So this is a dowel hole. I got to mark where it's at because I can't drill there. So that is no longer going to be marked. Let me drill there. This one here we cannot drill right here. So we do that. Make sure the mark is far enough over that it's, if you have a big flange, it doesn't get hidden. I've had that happen. Okay. Now this one over here, the oil gallery is right here. You can see it. If you want to mark it, you can. That's up to you. That's oil gallery. If you want to feel like you need to mark this one, and mark this one too. Doesn't matter. You just eyeball it. Oop. See how it's in there? It's usually pretty close to the center, not always perfect. This one's pretty close, but you know, it doesn't matter. As long as half of this slot uncovers half of that hole, you got plenty of feed. These are not high volume motors or pressure. Okay. Now this one here has no hole in it. When the S&S had a hole in it, this one don't have a hole in it. See a hole down there? This is a gravity feed system, so oil goes into this, goes down and lubricates that. Now, I didn't put no chamfer up here either to catch oil, so not much gets in there. It's a limited feed. Doesn't hurt to put a little chamfer right there just for the hell of it. Let more oil in. Oil is not a bad thing for your bushings. So we're going to have to put an oil hole in the bushing or a slot or something to get oil to the backside of that bushing. So here's our bushing. It's this tall. How tall is that? I don't know. That's what the scale is for. Measuring. So you measure halfway to the bushing, to the hole. Looks like it's just over 3/8 of an inch. I'll flip it over to hundredths. Yeah, we're about 380, 400. Probably can't see, but that's about where it is. Okay, so that means 300 to 400 down, we need to have a hole. So that puts the hole like right here. And you put a big slot in that bushing, which you do it, or you put a hole in it there. Your choice. It just needs to have something to let the oil through. Very important thing to have is oil. So we have to drill this bushing. Okay, this one over here, it's a big long slot, so it's pretty universal. Looks like it's pretty close to the edge, so we're flip over to hundreds again. Looks like we're about 230, 240 down. So a 1/4 inch should be fine, a little bit deep, 1/4 inch is fine. So you come over here, measure it. 1/4 inch puts you pretty good because it's from 3/16 to 1/4. It's the top of the hole is 3/16. So that puts it right in the middle of that hole. We line up like that, it's good. They got all this for extra. You don't need it, but it's there. Alright, so all that does is dump oil pressure out quicker to the overflow hole here. You don't need no oil in your crank, do you? Okay, so this one here we can just press in with no problem. This one here we got to put a hole in it because we're going to have a problem. Alright, so let's go do that. Because I don't like having problems. Problems are bad. So I need to be roughly 400 thou down on the top. So I need to just put a vise right here. A little pressure on it. Don't get too carried away because you'll break the bushing. You want to come over about 400 thou and put a dimple in it. Otherwise known as a prick, as a center punch hole. Okay, so about 400 is about somewhere in this area. Give it a little tap. Just leave a little mark so I can see where I'm at. Yeah, I missed it by a little bit. I'm more like about 430. Come in a little bit further. Looks a lot better. Go in the second hole, not the first hole. Put a bigger mark in it. Close enough. It's not rocket science, you gotta be close. So there's 400, we're about 410 probably. So we're good to go. Now you can go drill it. We don't need that, we need this. I've seen a lot of guys put these bushings in and don't drill the holes. Wonder why the cams lock up. If it's loose enough bushing, it doesn't matter, but most of the time they don't put a loose enough bushing either. I find that a center drill works really good for doing it, and then also chamfer the top of the hole at the same time. In case you miss, the chamfer allows you to be off and still line up. Once again, it's just oil flow. We're going to do that over here with the drill press again. Usually when you use a drill, you go past the bush and you come up and you put a big dimple on the other side because it goes through pretty quick. Okay, we got a little vise right here. Find a little mark. Get your mark pointing straight up and down helps. Doesn't have to be perfect. So Harley, nothing has to be perfect. Some things have to be more perfect than others though. The trick is to know which ones are which. Oil hole location, not critical. Bearing diameter, kind of critical. Bouncing all over the place. Check my thing and make sure I'm in the ballpark. We look good right there. Poke it through the hole now. This is number 3 center drill, in case you didn't know. It means about a 5/16 diameter center drill. There's your hole. Get a little bit of a chamfer on the top. And it's 400 down from the surface where we want it to be. You also have the burr on the inside in there that's well in there. We'll live with it. Tight clearance in this place. Okay, I'm going to take a drill. I'm going to chamfer the top of this hole right here. I'm using a drill because I need to come in there pretty deep. Make it fit. So I'm going to be right up against the gasket surface there and push on it right there. You can hold it by hand and do it. Or you put a little bit of pressure with a drill. Come in like this, the drill press, like that. Put a little pressure on it and do it with this. I'm going to try doing it by hand. And it's that simple right there. So you can see how it, a nice little chamfer right there now to catch you oil. Simple. When if they do it at the factory, I don't know. As I recall, Harley does that. Yeah, aftermarket, they do what they want. It's an extra step there. Takes time and effort, money. They don't get that much for these. They're only like 50 bucks, aren't they? Yeah. Alright. Alright, that's it for that. We'll be back.